Good morning and welcome to today's Facecast. It's a Sunday morning. It's reasonably bright but not too warm today. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 6. Jesus is talking to his disciples, teaching them how to do different things. And at one point he comes to the question of prayer. What is prayer? Prayer is communicating with God our Father, with Jesus our Saviour. It's talking to God, basically. It's not necessarily a great holy thing to do or a religious thing to do. It's just simply talking to God. It's an important thing to do, though. Important enough for Jesus to teach his disciples how to do it. The reason he had to teach them was because some people from the religious people around them were using prayer and doing prayer in a showy kind of way to show other people how wonderfully holy they were. But Jesus says, so don't be like that. Just keep it simple and talk simply and honestly with your Father in heaven. And he begins to recite this prayer to them. So say Matthew's Gospel, chapter 6, this is verse 9. This then is how you should pray. In other words, not like they do it, but like this. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and so on. He goes on to outline a simple, straightforward prayer that we know today as the Lord's Prayer. We may have said it in school. We may have said it in public at different times. We may have used it in other parts of our life. We may be used to using it every day, or we may not have said it for years and years and years. And yet it remains that simple, straightforward, easy, central focal point of our communication, our relationship with our Father in heaven. And it's very important for us to have that. Not just that prayer, but any prayer. It's very important for us to have a simple prayer that we can return to. Because if we have to go and look something up in order to say it, well, we might not have that book to hand. In generations past, when people couldn't read or didn't have the printed word, they had to learn by rote certain things. And the people in this island, in Great Britain, have a great tradition of doing that, of learning things by rote, the Celtic tradition. And they had lots of simple prayers related to everyday life, based on this kind of a pattern. And the things that Jesus covers in it, our daily bread, forgiving us our debts as we forgive other people, leading us not into temptation, not into bad things, but deliver us from bad things. All the things that we need on everyday life are there. The prayer starts with adoration and recognition of who God is. That's how our day should start, shouldn't it? Recognizing that God, our Father, is supreme, that Jesus, our Saviour, came to die for us. It's all there in that simple prayer that Jesus encouraged his disciples to learn and to say. I wonder, do you know the Lord's Prayer? You may have been reciting it for years and know it backwards. You may know it in several different versions, because in different versions of the Bible it appears in different forms, different ways. It may be something you said as a child at school, but haven't really said since. Why not today take a look at it again, Matthew's Gospel, chapter 6, verse 9. Have a look at it again. See if you can learn it. If you said the Lord's Prayer, just the Lord's Prayer, each day for the rest of your life, I wonder what difference it might make to you.